What's up? What's up? What's up? I'm back again. I took a few days off from recording and studying. I did not study Thursday or Friday because I was planning on changing the time that I study from mornings till night because I'm usually pretty wide awake at night, but um, that's usually my wind down time. So that's when I usually like research and watch and listen to things that I want to that kind of help me like wind down from the day. So that didn't happen Thursday. Friday, I don't think I slept very well because I thought I had a work meeting early on at 7:30 in the mornings because that's what we typically do on Fridays. So I had about an hour and some change to do that, but with the way my ADHD and mind works, I want at least 2 hours of study. So trying to work up 45 minutes of studying just wasn't going to work for my brain, and I wasn't able to have enough time to have caffeine and the NAC kick in. So I just called Friday a wash. I was like, I'll get back at it over the weekend since I'm off. Saturday, I got back at it, jumped on module 3 of course 3, and boy, it was a lot. I really enjoyed it. Um, the things that it kind of went over were different attacks that could potentially take place as a network engineer. Things such as IP spoofing, which basically where a malicious actor is basically intercepting your correspondence. Basically, your IP address talks to other IP address, and um, it just shows the connections of IP spoofing is basically someone actually taking your IP and hijacking it or making it seem as if your IP is their IP. And there's different ways they can go about it. There's also something called a denial of service attack, where they basically send a whole bunch of attacks to the server and overwhelm the system. There was a couple of trials that I had to go through and analyze them and basically assess them to see how um, the company, the IT professional within the company was able, or not the IT, but the network professional was able to stop the attack, how the team was able to mitigate the damage as well as recover from it. So you basically was able to see the attack, how it happened, why, and basically go through different elements of that. There was 3 mock projects like that that I was able to go over. Um, it was a lot, but I really enjoyed it. There was one I can pull it up real quick where it's basically a toy store, toy company, um, where they were pretty loosey goosey with their security. Everybody had open passwords. Everybody in the company basically had access to company information. Their firewall wasn't up to date. They weren't in compliance as far as European laws. Um, there's a lot that a company really has to have their P's and Q's up to date concerning security. So yeah, seems like there's something that will interest you within this. Let's see. That particular one, yeah, they basically have you break down Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, you basically have to identify the network protocol involved in the incident, because everything has a protocol. Every style, um, everything pertaining to the network has a protocol. So that's how they're able to interpret where they need to take action when something happens. When there's a vulnerability, when there's a risk, when there's a threat, you can identify that through the protocols that is being violated. So that was quite interesting to learn. Um, then, in that particular one, you can recommend one remediation for the brute force attack that took place. Things such as, implementing um, multi-factor identification. That's something that I use at my current job. That's something that I use with different things that I need to access, such as Amazon, my emails. I have it set up where if I log in or someone else logs in, I get a notification. So, um, updating policies, locking out accounts, denying access to people that don't need it, software updates, updating the firewall, changing the configurations on that. Um, yeah, it was quite interesting. Then I just finished up fourth module, which is security hardening, basically talking about the elements of security, whether it's physical in the cloud or um, on site, as far as like in the system, rather. Um, Quite interesting as well. There was a lot to take in. There was a final portfolio project pertaining to that, and you have to use the NIST CSF, the framework for that, um, to complete that particular project. And that's a really in depth analysis of a threat that took place, and how everything was basically breaking down, identifying the threat, taking steps to protect it, recovery. Um, it's basically like a complete breakdown of all of it from start to finish. Because, yeah, you not only do you need to know how to handle these threats that happen, you also need to develop a plan on how to stop it in the future and what you and your team need to do to correct those issues. Not only correct those issues, but also come up with ways of solving potential other problems down the road. So that was really cool. Yeah, so finished that up. I moved on my, to course 4, which is basically getting into operating systems as well as SQL, which is structured query language, which you can basically, like I've mentioned before, you can create, read, update, and delete things pertaining to a database. I have a lot of experience with that because I've gone through a software engineering course, and that was actually one of my favorite aspects of that course was dealing into my SQL. Um, yeah, so I'm definitely looking forward to this particular section. Hopefully, I can get most of this. I'm planning on knocking out module 1 today and then going from there. Pick back up in the morning and hopefully finish off module 2 within course 4. So yeah, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please hit me up down below. I will get back to you as soon as possible. I did take a little break, try to change things, but realize, hey, if it's not broke, don't try to fix it. So I'm back on course. Um, that's the thing. Consistency. Consistency. Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to get better at, be consistent about it. Keep doing it in all areas of your life. Keep going at it. Keep showing up. You might stumble. Keep showing up. So yeah, there have been a few times where my ADHD has been kicking in, and I've had to change what I do. I haven't got enough sleep, so my ADHD is kicking in. Can't help it. So just had to change days and keep it pushing. Another thing I have been doing is listening to brown noise and isochronic tones while studying. It seems like it's really helps to drown out the extra noise that's happening. Um, yeah, so sorry about the long-winded video, but thanks for tuning in, and I hope you're having a great day, great night. Peace. Till next time.